Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. Today we're going to talk about huge new potential leaks for Dead by Daylight. I posted a video investigating a potential leak in the comment section of my YouTube channel. Someone appeared to have known early that Chucky and Alien were coming into Dead by Daylight and they posted about it. From this video, we kind of determined that it was pretty unlikely that this person would have just guessed Alien and Chucky, especially because Chucky was not on anybody's radar because behavior did not include Chucky on the satisfaction survey. We kind of deducted like it's very possible that this person had inside information and we were just going to keep an eye on things. Well, I have news to bring to you to update that situation. I posted another speculation video for upcoming content in Dead by Daylight. In this speculation video, it might have been posted a little bit early, but someone did comment on this speculation video, but it went under the radar because it was on a different account. And I'll get back to this point in just a second. Under the comment section of the investigation video itself, this person said this. Someone named Gumpy posted this. They said Chucky, Alan Wake, original killer, similar to Legion, Vecna from D&D, not Stranger Things, Dracula from Castlevania, you didn't hear it from me. And 1 month ago, we did not know that Alan Wake was going to be the new survivor. We also did not have any information leaked about Chapter 31 being an original killer. So that seems pretty notable that this person was able to say Alan Wake was the next survivor in Dead by Daylight. Alan Wake was certainly not the front runner for this new survivor. The vast majority of people a month ago thought this new survivor was going to be original. And within the low percentage of people that thought that this new survivor was going to be licensed, The Walking Dead was certainly the front runner. Eventually, I thought Stranger Things had a chance at being the survivor, but not everybody necessarily agreed with me on that. I think some people did think that Alan Wake was more likely than Stranger Things. But for this person to say Alan Wake and then original killer after that as well, a month ago before any of this is known, actually seems pretty notable. You could potentially guess that it's going to be an original chapter because we've seen so many licenses in a row, but without having any information about the new survivor a month ago, saying Alan Wake and then original killer when neither one of those things was public is notable. And when I say notable, I mean maybe grounds for us to start questioning if this person has an inside source. Even if an original killer is probably what anybody would have likely guessed for Chapter 31, saying Alan Wake for that new survivor is actually really low odds. So getting both things correct makes it very notable. This person here posted information about Chucky and Xenomorph and we didn't see it and it got ignored and nobody noticed. But now this is actually being brought to my attention before the content actually hits the game. So this person here is saying Chapter 31 is going to be an original killer similar to Legion. It's already been leaked that Chapter 31 is original. Chapter 31 is coming in with a new killer, a new survivor, and a new map. So we're going to have to wait and see if this new killer is in any way similar to Legion. And then according to this person, the anniversary chapter is going to be Vecna from D&D and not Stranger Things. If this person somehow does have inside information, it made me question, like, is it somehow outdated or is there any way they could be wrong about what version of Vecna we get into Dead by Daylight? Because to have Stranger Things renew with Dead by Daylight and then for behavior to turn around and release Vecna from D&D for the anniversary doesn't really add up to me. It makes me wonder if this is somehow old news or an outdated plan. Like maybe behavior was initially intending to release a D&D version of Vecna for the anniversary. That would kind of be like a weird backdoor way to get the character Vecna into DBD. Kind of sort of similar what they did for Ghostface to technically bring in Ghostface but not the movie version. And it would be technically a way for them to bring in a Vecna chapter into Dead by Daylight. I guess what I'm wondering is like maybe this was the initial plan and then actually Netflix has renewed, so maybe that's either been scrapped or it's been updated to be the Stranger Things version of Vecna. Your guess is as good as mine. I kind of explained the timeline for this. You know what I know. Apparently this person is saying that the Castlevania licensed Dracula is going to come in after the Vecna chapter. And then people actually respond to this person, why not from Stranger Things? It's hard to get the license. This person said, you know, it's just a joke, right? And then this person said, yeah, of course, it's just a joke. But then he's had two things actually happen on this list, and that's Alan Wake and the original killer. So this was actually in the comment section of this video where I investigated a potential leaker. This person came forward and said this. 2 out of 4 of those unknown things at the time have come true. And then I posted a speculation video after this, and they also commented on that video. The same person commented and said, when everyone said it was going to be Predator, I told them it was Chucky. They didn't believe me. And now I'm going to tell you guys it's Alan Wake, even if you guys won't believe me. So this person is claiming to be the same person that was actually investigated before. And now they have said 2 things that have actually been leaked to be true. So they're pretty much saying here, this was me who said this. And now I'm saying that Alan Wake is going to be the new survivor. And then they also said that it's going to be an original kill for Chapter 31. So this actually builds a pretty compelling case that Vecna is going to be the anniversary chapter for Dead by Daylight. And Chapter 31 is probably going to be a killer that's original, that's pretty similar to Legion. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think behavior would actually bring in a Dungeons and Dragons version of Vecna for the anniversary chapter? Do you think it's possible that that's outdated information and that they would bring in Vecna, the Stranger Things version of Vecna, once Netflix renewed with behavior? Do you think Castlevania will be the chapter after Vecna? One thing's for sure is that this person seems to be a different source than any other things out there, because all of the license leaks have appeared to kind of stop in the leaking community. Anyways, I thought it was pretty compelling. I think it's possible that this is actually the same person and that we should actually watch the situation closely. That means that leaks can potentially come from the comment section of my YouTube videos, which is actually pretty crazy. We're gonna have to to keep an eye on that. And I personally think there's enough evidence and low probability things that have actually come true to justify posting about this and actually considering that this could potentially be real leaks for Dead by Daylight. And another thing I want to kind of add to this notion of Vecna being the anniversary chapter for DBD, about a month ago in early December 2023, Dead by Daylight Mobile released a survey. They specifically said they're trying to do another crossover event with exclusive content, kind of like Attack on Titan, and there are 3 main IPs that they actually listed here. It was Aliens, Child's Play, and Stranger Things. This is after Stranger Things returned to the core game, but Stranger Things has never been in Dead by Daylight Mobile. So the fact Dead by Daylight Mobile is listing this as a possibility here makes me think that Dead by Daylight and Behavior are able to license and negotiate new contracts with Netflix and Stranger Things. The fact that Dead by Daylight Mobile is listing this on a survey tells me that Behavior is able to write new contracts with Netflix. So it's not just simply renewing old contracts at this point. So it does seem entirely possible that Behavior and Netflix are working together to bring a Vecna chapter to the core game. Because clearly, based on this survey, we can deduct that Netflix is okay with writing brand new contract deals with Behavior. So with these 2 pieces of information together suggest that Vecna is going to be the anniversary chapter for DBD. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. There's a really crazy potential situation that's happened internally with Behavior since Stranger Things actually renewed with them. This person right here, who based on the evidence that we've talked about in this video, could potentially be a credible leaker source saying that the D&D version of Vecna is coming in for the anniversary. If Behavior is able to license the Stranger Things version of Vecna into Dead by Daylight, there's no way that can be true, right? So this is making me wonder if this information is somehow a little bit outdated. Whatever information they have might not be the most up-to-date status. This is not too dissimilar from when DBD Leaks was told that For Honor Night was coming in for a chapter and then we got an original night instead. The license deal with For Honor was actually completely scrapped apparently. So DBD Leaks was given outdated information at that time and we got something that was slightly different than the leaks. So this would mean that Behavior potentially has already negotiated for the D&D version of Vecna, and that is potentially when this person was made aware that the D&D version of Vecna was coming in for that chapter. Maybe Behavior saw this as a creative way to bring in Vecna into Dead by Daylight, kind of like a backdoor way like what they did with Ghostface, because at the time period of that decision they did not have any relationship with Netflix. But then all of a sudden Stranger Things Day rolls around and Netflix renews with Dead by Daylight. They bring in the new content and Behavior's already started to make this deal for a Dungeons & Dragons version of Vecna. By the way, that version of Vecna also has to be licensed as well. So potentially behind the scenes, Behavior's been put in an uncomfortable situation where Netflix reached out to them when they already had a deal for a different version of Vecna lined up for the game. So I guess I'm wondering which version of Vecna would Behavior go with. We know everybody would likely want to see the Stranger Things version of Vecna, but they would kind of have to cancel contracts and void an entire deal with different license holders to go with a different version of Vecna, the Stranger Things version of Vecna. Could something like that have potentially happened behind the scenes? Could that have been what Matthew Cote was talking about with Polly and King when they said that they lost the license? There's really so many possibilities for why this person would be saying that they're getting a D&D version of Vecna. And I want you to let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. First off, do you think that this is actually a legitimate leak? And second, if you do think it's a legitimate leak, what do you think is happening internally at Behavior? Like, what is the actual order of events that's happened here? Do you think for the anniversary we'd actually get a Dungeons & Dragons version of Vecna? Or do you think Behavior would actually void the contract with those license holders, possibly burn the bridge when Netflix renews Stranger Things in Dead by Daylight, and be like, we will happily take the Stranger Things version of Vecna over the Dungeons & Dragons version? If something like that actually happened, then I'll tell you what, Behavior was privately put in an uncomfortable situation. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to follow this ever-changing situation and investigation. That does it for this video. Goodbye.